Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. On the next upgrade, we're going to be focusing on the fuse box, and I'm going to add more wire because the way that I've got it fused up is the fridge, the diesel heater and the lights are all going to the fuse box, and the only way I can turn it off is by the bluetti. There's no independent switches or anything, so I've got these wee switches that I'm going to patch in and then hopefully be able to control everything individually, just so that everything isn't alive when we put power into the van. These came ready-made. Even though there's a black cable on it, it can still be used as a positive, because when we make a break in one of the, say the lights, when we attach this in, we then feed it in, and then the button becomes a new circuit, and then we attach it back to the wire again, and then when you hit off, it turns it off. Obviously on makes it live again. If you've been following the channel a while, you'll know I hate electrics, but I've kept this setup as basic as possible. And I think it's one of those ones when you're building a camper van for the first time and you research everything, you think, oh my God, I need to install all these electrics and I need to put this there, that there. But see, the truth of the matter is you don't. Whatever setup you feel comfortable with, just go with that. And my setup's mostly been charging everything by USB. And that's only because of the bluetti and the EcoFlow that I had. But now, because I've got the diesel heater in, I don't want to have to go to the fuse box and just keep pulling fuses out. I'll show you what I'm going to try and do. So the fuse box is under there, but what I'm thinking about doing is building just like a wee small thing here, like a wee wooden panel, and the switches would sit in the panel facing up the way. So kind of something like that, but they'd be facing up at an angle, and then it's just a case of, you know, you've got your heater, you've got your lights and your fridge. Just something to sit there. It will get screwed in at the bottom of the worktop, and then these will just poke out, and then it's just as easy as poking these through, and I can obviously take them out as well because you just hold them in and they'll come out the thing. So that's the idea. I'm not worrying about anything with USB because I do have USB slots in the bluetti and the USB-C, and I've got two household UK plug sockets, so I don't really need to install anything like that. This is simply for the 12 volt circuit. I just want independent access to turn things on and off when I need it. I don't want everything live kind of thing. And I've already put my inline fuses between the bluetti and the fuse box, and I've got an inline fuse between the diesel heater and the fuse box, and the next is the lights and the fridge, which are fine. I think before I start wiring anything in, I need to figure out a place that I'm putting the fuse box and then try and get it installed, because I don't want to keep cutting wires and then I move it again. So let's do that. And that's how we're looking just now. I want to take this over a bit. I would like to have it facing this way, but if not, I just want it pushed over far enough so that these wires aren't kicking about over here. Let's take everything off first. Right, those two are diesel heater, that's the lights, and this is the fridge. Ideally I would have liked it to be somewhere out the way, like in one of the storage boxes. So I'm trying to anticipate my needs. I don't see me adding anything else to the fuse box, if I'm being honest. Lights, fridge, diesel heater. There isn't really anything else I need. Do you know what I think I'm going to do just to keep it simple? I think I'm going to put it back where it was, maybe a wee bit higher, and just add a wee bit of wood just so that I can screw all four corners in. The only reason why I was moving it was because when it was sitting here, because the red cable was getting into the side, it was sticking out like that, so you would have basically hit it every time you went past it. So I'll just put it on the other side. And it saves me a big job. So all we need to do now is add more wire to accommodate for the switch. But first I think let's design the wee mount that it's going to go into. Let's get the fuse box a platform to sit on. I might add some batting on the back of it just to give it something to screw into. Let's get these cut quickly. Ooh. You on there and you at the bottom. That'll do it, donkey. wee bit of plywood to strengthen it a wee bit and to keep it solid when it's on that. I was going to use these, but I realised I didn't need them. Let's get to the next part. So how long do I want it to be? For the sense of tidiness, I think what we'll do is we'll bring it up to here. These switches are like wings, they don't want to sit at peace. And the reason why I'm hand sawing everything is because it's bloody freezing and it's warming me up. That fits in there perfectly. Right, how are we doing this, Robert? I'm just working out height wise. In my head this makes sense. So I'm wanting to slant this down so that it's going down the way. Trust the process, Robert, trust the process. Measure twice, cut once. And then this side. By using the handsaw, it's a bit more delicate for cutting these bits. Are you having a laugh? I've just cut the wrong piece of wood. I've cut the bit that they're meant to be sitting on. Oh my god. Basically, it will go like that and then put a bit of ply over the top of that so it's just a front facing panel. I'm an idiot, how did I manage to do that? And there's me saying measure twice, cut once, and I never even noticed the piece of wood that I was cutting. Mistakes happen, but how many YouTubers would edit that out? As you can see, I just eyeball everything. Essentially something like that, and then putting a backing on it and feeding the wires down the bottom. So, technically, see if we can get away with it. Like that. Looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to mark up for these to go in, and going to try and see if I can find some wood glue and then get it glued up. So there you go, I've now installed the new switchboard. It's pretty cool, isn't it? Just to give you an idea how cold it is, it's -6. So the main goal of the day is getting everything wired up to the switches and back to the fuse box. If you're going to do your electrics, do it in the summer. I've now hooked up the lights to the fuse box, the switch, and put a fuse in, so let's hope it works. So the negative into the negative and positive into the positive. Let's go and see if it works. Will we have light? Hey! We have light. Right. I think the electrics are all in. I still need to get some plastic conduit pipe just to tidy up the wires a wee bit, but aye, it's done I think. So if you're like me, this kind of stuff is terrifying, but it was actually straightforward when I started doing it. But I'm going to tape round all the edges and stuff just to seal them in a bit better. Let's get in and see if it works. That is how cold it is. And the way that I've done the panel, it's lights, fridge and diesel heater. Let's see if we've managed to crack it. So first thing we need is power. Good start so far, no fault codes. Let's try the lights first. Hey, we have lights. Let's try the fridge. Hey, so we'll turn it off. Fridge works. Diesel heater. So the diesel heater screen is up there. Hey! Oh, so good. Yeah, sorted. I couldn't find anything for diesel heater, so I put exhaust valve. So all I need to do is get plastic conduit tubing and just run it all the way up, just to protect the wires. And there's the final product with the plastic tubing around the wires, and it's all the way in there as well. This is just the negative and the positive that goes back to the bluetti, and they're tucked right into the side as well, just so they're not anywhere near the water tank. Oh, that's so good. I can get my gloves on now. Kind of hard to wire stuff up with gloves on. So guys, there you have it. A simple electrical system, and it's all hooked up to my bluetti AC180p. And I would say this is probably the simplest electric setup you can get. And the only reason why I wanted to put the buttons in is because when you hook everything up to the fuse box and then plug it in, everything's live. So even if you don't want to use the diesel heater, it's live. If you don't want to use a fridge, it's live, even the lights. So this way it basically means, because the buttons are on that positive circuit, as soon as you turn it off, it basically breaks the circuit, so it's no longer live going to that device. Plus in the summer as well, I'm not expecting to use a diesel heater much, so you know, having a switch to basically turn that off so it's not taking any power. But if I can do it, anybody can do it. So guys, if you did find this video helpful, if you've got any questions, drop them in the comments below. And if you haven't already, be sure to get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you're always notified when I release a new video. Until the next one guys, peace.